Welcome to Anil Nair classes. This is our first video in terms of grammar series. We'll be discussing about different parts of speeches in our grammar series. So let's first discuss about what are the different parts of speech which we have. The first one is noun. Then we have second pronoun. Third is your verb. Fourth we have adjectives. Fifth adverb. Sixth one is our conjunctions. Seventh is preposition. And the eighth parts of speech is interjection. In our grammar series, we'll be dealing one by one with all these different parts of speech. Now, since we are going to prepare for our competitive exams, we have to understand one particular thing, that in grammar, in English language, we have these eight parts of speech. Till now, what we have studied about them is on the basis of grammar at till our high school level. We have just identified what is noun. If it is a noun, it was supposed to be always noun for us. If this particular word is a pronoun, it will always be a pronoun. Now, since we are going to prepare for our competitive exams, we have to learn grammar in terms of functionality. So, we will learn the functional grammar. So when I say functional grammar, I mean you to understand that what exactly a word will be functioning as in context to a given sentence. That is what we have to understand. Suppose if we say if it is a noun, it's not necessary that in each and every sentence this particular word noun will always be functioning as noun only. It may function as verb, adjective or a adverb also. How exactly we are going to deal with it? I've just given you a little intro. We'll go in depth of it with our further movement of the class, right? So let's first look into what is the definition of our noun, right? So as per whatever the definition we have learned in till our high school level, we know that noun is the naming words. We can say that naming words are called as nouns, right? So we used to say the name of any person, place, animal or a thing is noun. This is what we have learned till our 12th standard or till our high school level. Now for our competitive exams, we have to expand that definition and we have to add three more things. That is, the name of any idea, concept or a feeling is also a noun, right? So how to identify that? Say let's consider, I give you one example. Say we have a/an dash is fine. Now any word which you can fill up in this particular blank will be a noun. So we can say justice is fine. Now can you see justice? No, right? It's a name of a concept. It's a name of an idea or a feeling. So you got an example of idea, concept and feeling. We can say happiness is fine. Happiness is fine. Sadness is fine. So all these justice, happiness, sadness, they'll all three will fall under the category of our new category, idea, concept and feeling. Fine. We'll go a little bit more in depth with some more examples. Now let's look at what are the different types of nouns. This you all have studied in till your high school level also, but still we'll revise. So we have proper nouns, common nouns, collective nouns, material noun and abstract noun. So these are 5 different types of nouns which are present in grammar. So now we are talking about functional grammar. So let's identify what exactly a word functions as. So first we have to identify, since we are dealing with nouns, how to identify that if this particular word is a noun or not. We will ask some 3 questions from the sentence looking at the word. If those 3 questions are what are who, what and whom. Look at the sentence and ask these 3 questions. If you get the answer to your who, what or whom question, then that word is a noun. Only then that word is a noun. Otherwise, that same word may be functioning as some other part of speech in that particular sentence. It may be a noun, but in context to that sentence, it may be functioning as something else. So let's discuss about that. So we'll see Ramesh called Geeta, right? So I'll help you out with the verbs right now. So when I say called is a verb, right? So we'll ask the question, who called Geeta? The answer is Ramesh. right? So Ramesh is our noun. So Ramesh called whom? We get the answer as noun. So these two are nouns. Ramesh and Geeta are our nouns because we get the answer to our questions of who and whom over here. Now let's find out the next question. Rita went home. I again help you out with the verb. So went is our verb. So we'll ask the question, who went home? Rita. So Rita is our noun because we got the answer to our who question. So Rita went who? No answer. Rita went what? No answer. Rita went home. Whom? No answer. So we are not getting any answer to our who, whom or what question. So we'll ask some other questions. Rita went where? So the answer to this where question is home. So right now this word home is telling me something more about went. That means a verb. So anything which tells something more about the verb is called as adverb. See, we are not denying that the word home is not a noun. It's a noun. But in context to this particular sentence, the word home is functioning as adverb. Let's have a look at one more example. The train reached the station. So again help you with the verb. Reached is our verb. So what reached the station? Train. Train is our noun. We got the answer to our what question. So train reached where? Again I ask the question where and I get the answer as station. So station is telling something more about verb reach. So again our station is the adverb over here. Let's have one more sentence. Shikha has stomach pain. Again I help you with the verb. Has is a verb. We'll ask our standard question. Who has stomach pain? So Shikha. Shikha is the noun because we are getting the answer to our question who. So Shikha has what? Shikha has pain. So it's a noun because we are getting the answer to our what question. Now I ask, the stomach is left. So I'll ask the question, where exactly Shikha has pain? I get the answer as stomach. So stomach is telling something more about the word pain, which is a noun. And we know that anything which tells something more about a noun or a pronoun is called as adjective. So stomach is nothing but adjective. It's a noun, but it is functioning as adjective. Great. Now let's have a look at one more sentence. Geeta is a teacher. So we'll have a look at is a verb. So who is a teacher? Geeta. So we're getting the answer to our who question. Hence, Geeta is a noun. So Geeta is what? Is a teacher. So now we are getting the answer as the answer to the question what. But there is a word called is. Now whenever we have the words like is, are, was or were, these are called as our linking verbs. After these linking verbs, if we have a noun, that is actually functioning as the subject complement. Why we call it as a subject complement is because it tells us something more about the subject. So here this word teacher is telling me something more about the noun Geeta, that by profession Geeta is a teacher. So this word teacher is our subject complement. Let's have a look at some more concepts in terms of our functional grammar. Now we are talking about sentences. So we have seen that every sentence will have one subject and one verb. Minimum can have more than one subject, more than one verb, but minimum one subject and one verb is necessary. So if you look at the structure of any sentence, it will have the subject, verb and object. So in every sentence, subject-verb agreement must be there. So when we say subject-verb agreement must be there, we mean to say that if you have your singular subject, verb should be singular. If you have a plural subject, verb will be plural, right? That means subject and the verb must agree with each other in number. When I say number, number means singular and plural form. So if you have a singular subject, verb will be singular. If you have a plural subject, the verb will be plural. Now, we are dealing so much, we are talking about the word subject. That is because only nouns and the pronouns can function as the subject or the object. No other part of speech can act as the subject or the object. So only nouns and these pronouns can act as the either subject or the object, nothing else. So we should think about the noun cases, that there are 4 cases in which the noun is available. We have the subjective case or the nominative case. So when I say subjective or a nominative case of a noun, that means I'm talking about the subject when the noun is functioning as the subject of the sentence. Now next is objective and accusative case. When we talk about objective or accusative case, we are saying that our noun is functioning as the object of the verb. Now, the third one is our vocative case. Vocative case is used to address someone. When you address someone by the name and you ask him to do something, then it is called as the vocative case. Suppose if I say, Vedant, give me a glass of water. So when I'm calling out the name Vedant, that time I'm using the word Vedant in the vocative case. Fine. The next one is the possessive case. The word possessive itself says it talks about the ownership. So whenever noun talks about the ownership of any other noun, so that time that noun is functioning as the possessive case. So like suppose if I say Rita's home. So the word apostrophe S we have put over here. Rita apostrophe S helps us to understand that the home belongs to Rita. If I say Geeta's mobile. So whose mobile phone I'm talking about? Talking about Geeta's mobile phone. So this is how we find out the possessive case. So 4 cases for the nouns. Subject case, object case, vocative case and the possessive case. Great. Now let's learn how to identify the subject, object, vocative and the possessive case of nouns. So to identify the subject and the object, I'll help you out with one way to find out. See, to find the subject, first you should always find out the verb. So always first find out the verb. Now before the verb, ask the question who or what. You'll look at the sentence and then get the single word answer that is called as the subject of the sentence. Now you should always remember only nouns and the pronouns only can be the subject. Now to find the object, you should first identify the verb. After the verb, ask the question who or what. Again you'll get a single word answer which is called as the object, and only nouns and the pronouns can act as the object of the verb. So let's work with this. The first sentence. The students have taken the decision. So we have the verb have taken is the verb phrase over here. We'll ask the question who have taken the decision. We get the answer as students. So students is the noun and it is functioning as the subject of the sentence. Now students have taken what? They have taken decision. So decision is the object over here. Next sentence, Vedant, can you take the books? So here can take is the verb over here. Now here we have referred a person called Vedant by his name. So here the word Vedant is in its vocative case. However, we'll still try to find the subject and the object. Who can take the books? You. You is the subject and remember you is a pronoun. So you can take what? Books. Books is the object over here. Now next sentence. Geeta bought a car. Bought is the verb over here. We'll ask the question, who bought a car? Geeta. So Geeta is the subject over here. Geeta bought what? She bought a car. So car is the object over here. Next sentence. I'm going to Rita's home. So the moment I say Rita's home, I know home is a noun. Rita apostrophe S is the possessive case of the noun. Am going is the verb. Who is going? I. So I is the pronoun and it is the subject. So we identified how beautifully we came to know now that only nouns and the pronouns can act as the subject or the object. Ramesh wrote a letter. So wrote is a verb. So we'll ask the question, who wrote a letter? Ramesh. So Ramesh is the subject over here. Now we'll ask the question, Ramesh wrote what? Letter. So letter is the object. So hope it's clear now how to identify the subject and the object of the verb. Now we'll discuss about different types of nouns. The first type is the proper noun. So it's a spelling over here. Proper noun. So proper noun is the name of a particular person, place, animal or a thing. When we refer to a particular name, then it is called as proper noun. There are certain things which you should remember about the proper nouns. That is always their initial letter. The first letter will always be with the capital letter. Say for example, you see Delhi, D capital, Yamuna, Y capital, Rohit, R capital, Hemant, H capital, right? Another thing, most important thing is before these proper nouns, we should never put the article A or N. No A or N article before them. For the very simple reason, we have two types of articles, definite article and indefinite. Indefinite articles are A and N. Definite article is the. So now when we say that it's a name of a particular person, animal or a thing, how can we put before them A or N, which are indefinite articles? Of course we can put the before the proper noun. So because the is put before a particular thing, which is just one or a particular thing. When I say the Yamuna, Yamuna is only one, or the Himalayas, the Mahabharatas, they are only one of its type. So we can put the before them, but no A or N before a proper noun. Next is our common noun. Common nouns are used when we are referring to in general anybody. We are not talking about a specific person or a particular name. This common noun represents one or all the members of a any class, right? The initial letter is with the lowercase letter, and of course we can add a, n or the, all the three articles before them, before any common noun if at all they are needed as per the need of the sentence. If a or n is needed, we'll put that. If the is needed, we'll put that. Now for example, boy, girl, town, river, all these are our common nouns. See, when I say boy, it's a common noun, any boy. But when I say Ramesh, it's a proper noun. Girl means any noun. But when I say Geeta, it's a proper noun. Let's move ahead to the collective nouns. The name itself says it's a collection, right? So collective nouns means we are referring to the group of similar individuals. A name given to a group of similar individuals is called as collective nouns. For example, committee, clergy, company, enemy, group, family, folk, public, team, army, battalion, audience, etc. These are all are collective nouns. Now the last one is the material noun. We can say material noun is a name given to any material or a substance or any ingredient from which we can make something else. So a substance or a thing which is used to prepare something else, that's called as the material noun. Again, no article, not a single article, no a, n or the, nothing before the article. No, none of these articles we can put before a material noun. Fine. Another important point which you should remember about the material nouns is they are uncountables. We cannot count them. When I say uncountable, that means we don't have the singular as well as the plural versions of them. They are present only in the singular form. So since they are nouns, they can function as subject. So when the material noun is functioning as a subject, we will always use a singular form of a verb with it, right? See, for example, concrete, cotton, gold, iron, meat, milk, right? See, concrete, with the help of concrete, we can make something else. With the help of cotton, we can use cotton to prepare something else. Gold is used to prepare jewelry. Iron is used to prepare iron rods, bridges. So many things are there, right? Which you can prepare using the iron. But we cannot put a article a, n or the. Just now I say using the iron. That's wrong. Right? You can use, say, we use iron to prepare lot of things, or we use gold to prepare jewelry. Cotton is used to prepare clothes. Concrete is used to prepare certain items, right? But we cannot say a, n or the before them. Say, for example, the bag is made of cloth. Cloth is a material noun over here. It is present only in the singular form and there is no article before that. Gold jewelry is very popular in India. So here gold is a material noun. You observe it's singular and there is no article before that. Now the last one out of the 5 is abstract noun. Abstract noun is a word which is the name of something which you cannot see, hear, touch, smell or taste. But of course you can feel. You cannot see, you cannot hear, you cannot touch, smell or taste, but of course you can feel. So the names, nouns given to your feelings, idea, concept and feeling, the new degree which we have discussed just now, is all those words will fall under the category of abstract nouns. Now, it's very simple to create the abstract nouns. You have any noun and you add some suffix. Suffix are the word endings. So if you add something like NESS at the end of any noun. See, you have a child, right? You add something like hood after it. So it becomes childhood. You have friend and you put friendship, right? Suffix ship, it became the abstract noun. You have coat and you put courtship. It became the abstract noun. Like you can add NESS. Fresh plus NESS, freshness. Happy plus NESS, happiness. You can add TY at the end of any noun. Like you have anxiety. Anxious, say it became anxiety. Integrity. All these. Plus you can also add RED. Like hate, say it became hatred. So all these are your abstract nouns. So if you just remember the common endings of the abstract nouns like NESS, hood, ship, TY, TH, Asian, shun, red and ITY. They all will be functioning as our abstract nouns. Things to remember, we don't put a article before them and they are only present in the singular form. Next, we should study about the gender. So when we talk about the masculine gender, that means males, right? Like for example, boy, man, husband, father. Feminine gender means it refers to females, like girl, woman, wife, mother. Neuter gender, that means neither male nor females, like table, chair. Common gender, gender which could be like male, female, both. Like teacher, could be male teacher, female teacher, student, anybody, doctor, soldier. So there's no gender to that. Now further, the nouns can be divided into countable and uncountable nouns. Till now we have been dealing with the singular form of the noun, plural form of the noun. So the nouns which are present in both singular and the plural forms are called as countable nouns, whereas the nouns which are not present in both singular and the plural forms, they are called as uncountable nouns. Now our material and abstract nouns are uncountable. They are present only in the singular form. So they will always have the singular verb with them, because we have discussed about the subject verb agreement. So if our material and abstract nouns are functioning as subjects, we'll use only the singular form because they are uncountable. There's no counting. They are only present in the singular form. Now some important rules related to our singular plural forms, we will deal with them now.
You can learn any subject, anywhere, any place and on the go. Come, let us go the other way in learning. Download our revolutionary app for free.